And more breaking news coming in now. Moving to Balochistan, where a fierce Baloch offensive against Pakistan is ongoing. On camera, Baloch fighters target Pakistan. Warlike scenes on Balochistan's Noshki. Coordinated fierce offensive, I beg your pardon, by BLA against Pakistani military positions in Noshki in Balochistan. We're getting you the visuals that India Today has access, where the scenes show a coordinated, high-intensity offensive by the Baloch Liberation Army fighters who are targeting the Pakistani military positions in Noshki. This is breaking news that's just coming in of this offensive in Noshki in Balochistan. This is a fierce offensive that is going on. BLA fighters against the Pakistani army. Gaurav Sawant is joining me from the newsroom on this. Gaurav, what do we know about this offensive? The Baloch Liberation Army is targeting Pakistani military positions. Gaurav.
The situation in Noshki is extremely precarious. This is the place where Baloch freedom fighters had abducted the district collector, the assistant district collector, and multiple other officers of the administration. They set police stations on fire. They targeted a bank. They targeted a prison complex. There are reports that at least 27 Baloch fighters were freed from the prison. The weapons that Baloch fighters are carrying, and this is something that Pakistan's Defense Minister Khwaja Asif, he almost wept in Parliament, saying that the Baloch freedom fighters or the Baloch fighters are much better trained and armed than the Pakistani security forces. The weapons that they have, the systems that they have, the night vision devices that they have, the communication equipment that they have. And he says even Pakistan army does not have access to these kind of weapons, including, the UBGL, the underbarrel grenade launchers that they have. A lot of these weapons, incidentally, including the NVGs or the night vision goggles, are those that were left behind by US forces or the International Security Assistance Force, ISAF, in Afghanistan, taken over then by TTA or Tehreek-e-Taliban Afghanistan and shared with TTP, which is Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, as Male Ghanimat or war booty, and that has since been passed on to Baloch fighters that Pakistan just hasn't been able to tackle. And Baloch Liberation Army is not only fighting on ground, they're also fighting information warfare, releasing images, 6-minute videos, 4-minute videos, 3-minute videos, very frequently to stay on top of the information warfare. This is one of the fiercest attacks yet that have taken place in Balochistan, right from Quetta, which is the provincial capital and incidentally has the core headquarters, all the way down to Gwadar and Pasni. It's almost like 48 different locations, between 48 and 50 different locations have been targeted in this fierce attack. And till date, Pakistan Army is not in control of all these territories once again. Anisha.
Well, Gaurav, as you just mentioned, these people, the Baloch Liberation Army seems to be getting its weapons from the Taliban, and there seems to be a very coordinated, very well-trained attack going on against the Pakistani military forces. What more do we know about these connections and the situation in the area right now?
So the situation is precarious. There were some reports that seem to indicate that the second phase of China-Pakistan economic corridor that passes through some of this territory goes all the way down to Gwadar. A lot of Chinese workers have been withdrawn by China because of this rising tension in this area. The fact that the writ of the Pakistani state does not run across Balochistan right now is a very important signal. Now, do keep in mind, Balochistan has a core headquarters of Pakistan Army. The Southern Command of Pakistan Army is based in Quetta. That would mean a command has in Pakistan has close to 45,000 to 50,000 troops. Under the Southern Command, they have 8 divisions, 8 infantry divisions and armored divisions in all. those armored divisions then have not only brigades under this, but they have, I think, 5 or 6 independent brigades, including an infantry brigade, an armored brigade, an engineer brigade, and a signal brigade. Plus, you have the state police forces, plus you have the paramilitary forces, you have Rangers South, Rangers North. Despite having so many troops, they are not in control of this territory, and this just goes on to show either the Pakistan army is very weak, or their morale is weak, or 3, they are letting this happen so that they can get more funds from a cash-starved Pakistan.
Gaurav, as you just mentioned, the China-Pakistan economic corridor is something that is a very, very strategic issue in this entire area. Can you tell us, from the perspective of India and from the perspective of global geopolitics, what does this kind of fierce offensive, this kind of organized offensive by the BLA really mean for geopolitics of this area?
So the Baloch fighters are saying Pakistan cannot decide their future. Pakistan cannot decide that, the China-Pakistan economic corridor travels through their territory. Either the Pakistani Punjabis or the Chinese will make money out of this area, and the people who live there, the sons of the soil, will get nothing out of there. And this is something that
To interrupt you here, Gaurav, just stay on with me.